Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Global Racing Network. We're here this evening for the Global Racing League. It's the final round of the season in GRL Season 2. It's the first few cars heading their way out onto circuit. Bit of a special race this evening. We're starting a little bit earlier due to the fact we are doing 100% race distance this evening. So my voice is going to be absolutely knackered by the end of it, to say the least. There's the first few guys heading out of the pit lane. And ready to go this evening. So we started at just after 5:30 instead of the normal starting time of 6 o'clock. We've got the 18-minute qualifying as usual, followed by the 100% race distance, which calculates round here at Jeddah to be exactly 50 laps long, which is a little bit unusual. It's not normally a very even number such as that with 100% race distance, but that's what we've got this evening. That's the first few cars making their way around. That's May on an out lap. Maestro, who was doing okay in if you joined us for the Top Speed Racing League stream last night, was doing okay on the grid and then had a bit of a nightmare at the end. Hopefully we'll be looking to put that behind him tonight and see if he can pick up the pace. We've got all the usual lot here. NZ Pro's in, Mandro's in. And I know for a fact that Mandro, Tom, and who else is it? D-Hell Branco, that's the one. Both of them are not going to qualify. They are obviously championship leaders. Double points are up for grabs this evening. But they're going to retire and start at the back of the grid and try and do a bit of a last to first challenge to make everything interesting. Hence why they're being greyed out straight away. So it's going to be someone different on pole this evening. I'm not sure it's the right strategy with double points on hand, trying to go to the back of the grid and do it that way, but it's going to make the race very interesting indeed, to say the least. Maestro over the line, beginning his lap. And NZ Pro has crashed in the middle sector. Not sure how he's pulled that one off. We'll go to revisit because he's about to pass him. I think he's hit the wall. Yes, he is. There's NZ Pro into the wall in the middle sector. So he is out before qualifying has really started, so he's going to be going to the back of the grid as well. Maestro 30.5 in the first sector, purple, fastest of anybody. His teammate Waffler has just stuck it on provisional pole, 130.3. So definitely time to improve, but Maestro is the quickest so far. Nice job, 136.0, a bit further off the pace. We saw a low 128 in the Top Speed Racing League last night. Is anybody going to get anywhere near that this evening? We'll have to wait and see. Maestro along the swooping left-hander, which is, believe it or not, a DRS zone round here in Jeddah. So he makes his way into the final corner, onto the front straight. DRS will flick open again and he's going to run to the line. And Maestro sets a very good early pace, 127.9. We didn't see any lap times like that last night due to the qualifying being so short, but Maestro setting the early pace, 127.9. That could be good enough for pole position, you know, and it really would not surprise me as May just ahead of him is starting his lap in the Red Bull. We go on board with him, just coming through the S's. Trying to stay nice and smooth on the power through there. Into the swooping left-hander. It's such a fast racetrack, is this? To be honest, I'm really looking forward to seeing the actual Formula 1 cars go around here and see how well they can race. Because from what we've seen on the game so far, it's very easy to follow. As long as you, however, if you make a mistake somewhere, you are going to pay the price for it big time, as May purple in the second sector in the Red Bull. Is he going to be able to challenge Maestro for pole position here? We'll have to wait and see. DRS down the back straight into the final corner. I say it's a straight, it's not really a straight, it's a sort of a 25-degree left-hander, but anyway, crossing the line, May 130.8 sticks it P3 for the time being. So the two AlphaTauris locking out the front row. JB is invalidated on that lap, he's done a 132 so far. Deadly Mosquito, who we saw again, another one struggling to get pace last night in the Top Speed Racing League. Can he pull it back together in GRL this evening? He makes his way through the middle sector. Swooping left-hander. Heavy braking into the final corner. Gets the car turned in nice and early. There's a bit of debris on that exit curb I've noticed. It looks like a front wing end plate to me. So that might need looking at. Deadly Mosquito 130.5. Moves up the order. JB's going for another lap. Who else have we got out there? Nobody of major significance at the minute. Reek Physics just about to start his lap. He was one of the victims last night round here in the Top Speed Racing League, one of our retirements. Again, he's going to be another man trying to rectify it this evening, as his teammate has got off in the middle sector, first sector, sorry. Deadly Mosquito, he's currently P3, he'll have to reset and go again as we're right on board of Reek Physic coming through the S's. And it looks fairly smooth, does this? DRS open for one of the shortest DRS zones on the calendar. He's actually gone purple in the first sector as Reek Physics, so this is looking very promising for him. So into the chicane he goes. Makes his way into the final sector again. It's looking a tidy lap, this. Not really any major mistakes in it. As he heads down towards the final corner. Heavy under the brakes. His teammate Deadly Mosquito gets out of the way very politely. And DRS for Reek Physic down the front straight. Opens it up. 129.4 sticks it P2, so splits the AlphaTauris at the front. There's Reek Physic. And he's currently on the front row of the grid as it stands. Nice job on the medium tyres, trying to see what he can do. A lot of the guys opting for the softs this evening so far. Nice job is one of them who isn't. He did set a lap time on softs. He's onto the mediums now. Just under 9 minutes to go in the session. We've got a yellow in sector 1 again. That's down at the first chicane. I think it might have been Ivy Whiffle starting a lap and has had a moment. It did look like a green dot to me, and it is indeed. So he's got it all to do. It's a nice job around the final couple of corners in the Alpine. Is he going to be able to stick it anywhere near the front row? He's got DRS down the front straight. He's definitely going to improve. I think it's a 130.1 for nice job, and it actually sticks in P3. I thought that would have been a bit lower down, but that's a very good time on their medium compounder tyres, which could come in handy for this very long race I'm predicting with how long it's going to be, it might be a 2-stop. If you can qualify on mediums, it might be a 1-stop. We'll have to wait and see, but Nice Job sticks it on the second row of the grid for the time being. Who else have we got on the lap? Let's go and have a look at Ivy Whiffle. We haven't seen him this evening so far. As he makes his way through the middle sector, down towards the chicane. Smooth through there. It's not looking a very quick lap. In fact, it's miles off the pace. It's already into the 1 minute 45s, and we're not even in the last corner, and he seems to have backed out of it. So I think he'll be setting himself up for another lap. Colin is heading for the pit lane. He's still to get a lap time on the board. Well, so we got out there. May, she's coming through the first couple of corners on a new lap. He's currently set that time on soft tyres. He's onto the mediums now just to try and improve. Like I say, the medium tyres is probably not going to be a bad shout, and May just gets invalidated going a bit too wide there in on the exit of the first sector, and he's paid the price for it. Waffler can't improve at the minute. Maestro can't. Nobody's really on a lap at the minute, apart from RBR Grobs, who was just about to start a lap, and he's back into the pit lane. JB in the Williams, 130.8 so far. That is 130.9, sorry. So far, that currently has him sat in P8, and he's gone out on a fresh set of soft tyres, because the lap time he did that time on was some medium tyres which were 3 laps old. So JB feeling like the soft tyres is going to be the way to go. Soon find out as he's setting himself up for his lap now into the final corner. And smooth through there. Just over 5 minutes to go in this session. JB on a flying lap. He's hoping he's going to be able to improve here. And goes very wide in the middle sector. I'm surprised he didn't get invalidated for that, JB. Looked like he went very wide in the first sector there. You saw him go over the white line clearly. Again, it is a new track to the F1 game this, so there are going to be a couple of bugs here and there. As apart from that, this is looking a pretty tidy lap from JB. We'll see what it's going to be when he crosses second sector mark. The answer is purple. He's a second and a bit quicker than his current time, so this is going to get him into the 129s, so it should put him at least P4 if not higher, if he can keep it between the white lines, that is, as he makes his way into the final corner. Can he pull a little bit more time out of that Williams? Have to wait and see as he makes his run to the line. It's a 129.7 for JB, so he did pull a bit of time, and it's got him up into P3. So that puts him on the second row of the grid for the time being. Deadly Mosquito is invalidated on that run. Daly, who we've not seen this evening, is invalidated as well. Ivy Whiffle's just setting himself up for a lap. Again, 132.7 for him so far. Definite improvement can be made. As he heads through the first couple of corners, runs a little bit wide on exit there. There's Ivy. apart from that, it's looking a pretty quick lap this. So we go on board with him. Through the middle sector, runs a little bit wide there, kisses the wall on exit. Don't think he just quite had enough turning circle light to turn in, and he's got it invalidated in the middle sector. Grob's just behind him, still to set a lap, which you'd like to hope he's going to get a lap on this run on them new softs. And JB is out of the session, and he's retired in the pit lane, so he clearly thinks he can do no better than that with just under 2 minutes to go. RBR Grobs, this is looking a pretty decent lap this. As he makes his way into the final corner. 127.9 has currently got pole. He's going to be not near that. He might break into the 1 minute 30s. 1 minute 30.9 he gets RBR Grobs. So that brings him up a position to P10. Not far off Daly. And he's just a bit further up the road. Noise Job's just gone faster. And on a set of soft tyres this time. 129.6 for him. Physic was on a lap. So look to see anybody else starting a lap, and the answer is not really currently. Maestro's into the pit lane, so he can do no more. Colin out of nowhere, 129.0 for him. I completely missed that off the top of the leaderboard. So Colin is leading the way. Been a long time. We've seen Colin near the front, and it looks like it might happen this evening for him. At the minute, Colin is the only man who could potentially challenge for pole position here. He's getting a nice bit of DRS train from the cars in front of him, which could help him out, and he hits the wall on exit, and that is going to cost him his lap time. Surely it is indeed no chance of pole position for Colin. So Maestro is on pole position, because Waffler can't do anything about it. So Maestro's on pole, Colin's second, Waffler's third, Physic will be P4, Noise Jobs P5, JB's P6, May's P7, Deadly Mosquito's P8, Daly's P9, RBR Grob's P10, Ivy Whiffle's P11, NZ Pro crashed out in the sessions P12, and DL Branco, Mandro and Tom will be starting at the back due to trying to attempt a last to first challenge in the final race of the season. So Maestro, it's been a long time we've seen him in at the front. Same with Colin, to be fair. Not been a very long time since we've seen them lock out the front row, and it'll be interesting to see what happens in the race. Guys, stay tuned, and we'll be back for the 100% race distance shortly. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing Network here for the Global Racing League. The formation lap for the final round of the season here in Saudi Arabia is underway. 50 laps, full race distance this evening. It's going to be a long one. Hopefully it should be a good one. Maestro, first time, well, one of the first times this season he has been on pole position. He's got Colin for company alongside him, who we've not seen at the front in absolutely ages. Waffler's down in P3. Rick Physic is up the order as well in P4. Nice job. Pretty solid qualifying from him. He's down in P5. JB is alongside him in P6. May's down in P7. Deadly Mosquito P8. Daly's P9. RBR Grob's P10. Ivy Whiffle's P11. NZ Pro is P12 after crashing out in the qualifying. Dio Branco, Mandro and Tom are at the back due to the fact that they are trying to accomplish a last to first challenge this evening on the final round of the season, to see how many overtakes they can do and see if they can still get to the front, which I wouldn't want to be doing considering there are double points available for this round. So it's going to be interesting to see how they get on. They make their way through the second sector under the hotel. And like I say, it's going to be exciting to see the actual main race round here in well, not this weekend, next weekend shall I say. About in a week time, a week or so time, to see how it's going to unfold, because I don't know what car would be suited to a track like this. You would think power wise it's going to be the Mercedes, cornering wise it's going to be the Red Bull. But this is going to get interesting. Pirelli saying it's going to be at least a 2-stop race, if not a 3-stop. So this is going to be a really, really interesting strategy. Nobody's going to be able to pull off the 1-stop, I don't think. It's going to be impossible. I don't think anybody is starting on the mediums. The only person starting on the mediums is Daly, so he might try and do it. I think he'll get away with a 2-stop. Cars make their way to the grid, and that is Maestro's look down towards turn 1. It's quite a long run to turn 1 here. The final few cars take position on the grid as we go to 5 red lights here in Saudi Arabia. It's the final round of the season, and it's lights out and away we go. Good get away from Maestro. Colin has bogged down at the start. He has lost a handful of positions straight away. JB's up the inside of him. Reed Physics into P2. They just about get round turn 1 cleanly. Reed Physics a little bit sideways with Waffler alongside him as they make their way down towards the S's for the first time. And who's that in the background? That is Deadly Mosquito, who was Deadly Mosquito into the wall, so he is out at the early stages. As they make their way round the hairpin for the first time, Maestro still leads the way. Colin is still falling down the order. He's got some defending to do from JB here. JB still trying to make positions up, and Tom's had a rocket at the start from trying to go from last on the grid. He's already up to P8, so he's already passed a handful of drivers already. I don't know if any of them at the back were involved with Deadly Mosquito's incident. That might be one for the stewards room later on, as JB's going to try and go on the outside. He's going to switch back to the inside into the hairpin, dives late, he's going to lose out. Colin's going to get him on the switch back on the exit, and JB is still there. Maestro crosses the line, 1:34.8, sets the fastest lap from the standing start and still leads the way. JB trying to make a move on Colin still, and he just can't quite find a way past. It's not going to be long before Tom's going to get involved in this one, and Tom is actually getting involved just behind. He's trying to get past May in the Red Bull. May goes a little bit deep. Tom's going to go past him on the inside through the S's. That's a great move by Tom, is that? Up into 7th place. Makes the move stick. His next target will be this man, JB. As Colin ahead is trying to go around the outside of Nice Job. Just can't quite get it done. He's going to have to tuck in. Got a yellow in sector 1. That is Ivy Whiffle off the road. I don't think he's out of the race. I think he's just been caught out a little bit. JB's going to try and make the move on Colin here. JB looks to make the move on the inside on Colin, has to duck in late. And JB loses it on the exit, and Tom gains another position. He was ready there to pick up the scraps, and that's exactly what he has done. As Colin just ahead is going to try and get past Nice Job into the hairpin. He's going to go the long way around the outside, bit of contact between the two of them. And we've got a yellow in sector 2 again. That is Ivy Whiffle miles down the order. Colin's going to try and come back at Nice Job here. He's going to try and go the long way around the outside. Meanwhile, Rick Physic makes a dive for the race lead. And I think there may have been contact between the two of them. Waffler still hangs on. Rick Physic is still there. They just squeeze each other out on board of Rick Physic as they make their way through the S's. And he has to back out of it eventually. Tom has got past Nice Job, so Nice Job has lost out to Colin there. And Tom's next target is going to be Colin. He looks to try and make a move, can't quite do it on that occasion. Meanwhile, bit of a swapping around. Rick Physics gone around the outside of Waffler and got back into second place. Well, Colin's just behind him, and so is Tom. This is really close racing between the lot of them. And it looks like Tom might try and get a swing out on the exit. He's going to go to the inside of Colin. He's going to have to do it the long way round if he's going to do it. Gets the inside for the next corner, squeezes Colin out a little bit, but gets ahead of him before they get to the chicane. And that's Waffler going a little bit deep. He's going to lose both positions there to Colin and Tom. So Tom's up into P3, Colin back up to P4. Colin's going to try and make a move back on Tom as they head down towards the hairpin. This is great racing between these lot. Colin to the inside is going to try and do Tom on exit and gets the move done really, really well. But Tom's going to then come back at him down the front straight. DRS, Rick Physic has not got DRS. He's going to lose out badly here. Tom to the inside. Tom to second place. Colin's going to try and follow him through if he can. But it looks like Rick Physic might have squeezed him out, and he does. So Colin has to sit behind Rick Physic, but Tom is on his way. And in between all that, Maestro has pulled a 6.9 second gap to second place. So Tom's got it all to do now if he's going to get back in this one. Meanwhile, Colin's going to try and get past Rick Physic in the mid-pack. Nice job as run a little bit wide. That's going to allow Mandro to drag alongside. Again, no one trying to do a last to first tonight. And Mandro is up into P6. There's Colin through the middle sector. Again, just can't quite find a way to make a move at the minute. And he needs to make the move. There's a train of Formula 1 cars forming up behind him. Rick Physic is a bit of a sitting duck there at the minute. Sparks go flying as they make their way down the back straight. Colin's going to get DRS on Rick Physic here. Rick Physic has got DRS to defend though, and he's not going to do it on that occasion. However, because of Rick Physic's DRS, he's gained back towards Tom, and Tom is going to be vulnerable here because these two are going to get DRS behind him. Physic's going to try and tuck in on board with Collins. They're down towards turn 1. Tom's a little bit too far ahead for them to make a move on this occasion. Mandro is getting involved as well. Waffler runs a little bit wide there. That's going to cost him some time. Nice Job has actually just got past him because of the little mistake he made there. There's Nice Job just ahead of Waffler. So he gets the move done. And Mandro's going to have a go at Colin here. That was going to get a little bit tight. Mandro had to back out of it. And go on board with Mandro. Colin's got DRS to defend. Reek Physics now the sitting duck. He's dropped back too far from Tom, and he's not going to get DRS on Tom. So Reek Physics, if he's not careful, he's going to be very much a sitting duck. They make their way through the S's. Colin runs a little bit wide. Mandro's going to try and get the run on exit, and I think he might get the job done here, as Mandro to the inside gets the job done even before they get to the chicane, and he might even get Reek Physic. Yeah, Mandro looking to pull to the outside. Reek Physic goes very defensive. That's cost Mandro some time, and Colin's going to come back at him with DRS. Mandro has got DRS to defend though. Reek Physics is going to be a sitting duck. Mandro's to the inside. Colin to the inside of Reek Physic. Then Colin back to the inside of Mandro. This is great racing between these lot. Reek Physic loses out, and Mandro's now going to be the sitting duck, as Colin gets DRS on him. Reek Physic will also get DRS on him. Colin's going to try and make the move. Can't quite do it on this occasion. Meanwhile behind, that's DL Branco around the outside of Nice Job, gets the move done. Nice Job is trying to defend from Waffler, JP, and May's getting involved as well. This is all over P6. I don't know why they're having such a scrap over it, but it's entertaining for us to watch. As Waffler's trying to make a move. Again, can't quite do it. Nice Job runs wide. Meanwhile, back further up the order, Mandro's starting to pull away now. He's broken away from this pack. And Mandro's now going to try and go after Tom. However, Maestro at the front is growing the gap to Tom currently. The gap is now 7 seconds. It was 6.8 a few laps ago, so it's gone up by 3/10. In fact, made that 4/10 now. It's nearly 7.2 seconds. So the gap is growing slowly but surely. DL Branco has dispatched to this group as well, and who's that sideways? That's Nice Job, and he hits the wall, and he's smashed his front wheel in the process. We just caught the tail end of that, and that is a safety car, no surprise whatsoever. That is a disaster for Maestro's race at the front, because the front runners that we expect to see are going to be in there. Now, who is going to pit? The answer is Mandro is pitting, Colin's in, Reek Physics in, DL Branco is also in, Waffler's going to be in, JP's in, May is staying out, and so is Tom. Nice Job he's definitely going to be in, because he caused that safety car. He's going to be in, Grobs is going to be in. You'd think Deadly Mosquito's going to be in. Daly won't be in because he has just pitted, and Ivy Whiffler's pitted as well. So that is a disaster for Maestro's race. He was past the pit entry when the safety car came out, and he's now sat behind the Aston Martin safety car. Well, him, Tom and May are sat behind it on old tyres. Everyone else has taken an opportunity to go to either medium, soft or hard tyres to try and see through to the end of the race. Guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back shortly for the restart. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing Network. The safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. Maestro is going to back up the field, but him, Tom and May and Deadly Mosquito are the only people not to have pitted behind that safety car. So they are on older tyres. You'd think Mandro, Colin, Reek Physic, DL Branco, Waffler are all going to get the jump. Maestro is going to leave it as late as he can. The cars are getting backed up all the way. Maestro will go shortly. He's gone now just before the line. We are green once again here, and Mandro is going to try and get position from May, but who's that? That's Colin down the inside. Of the two of them, there's contact between the three of them. May goes off the road and has to take avoiding action. Colin sneaks through, but that's going to cost them in their race at the front. So May's down the order. He's going to have to do some defending from Mandro on very old tyres. Colin's going to break away and try and get past Tom and Maestro at the front. Making advantage of fresh tyres, and who's that off? That is Grobs off the road. That's down at the S's. Is anybody else involved in that? Don't think there were. I thought I'd seen a Ferrari, a red dot Ferrari involved in that. It might have been Daly. I'm not 100% sure. They've dropped down the order. Tom is got the slipstream on Maestro. Is he going to try and make the move and get up into first place after starting last on the grid? He doesn't pull out on that occasion, but Colin and Mandro as well racing up behind on fresh tyres. Lap 9 out of 50 here in Saudi Arabia. Tom will try and make a move if he can. He won't get DRS this time round. DRS won't get enabled until not this time round, but next time round. As Waffler is into the pit lane for some reason. I wonder if he was to do with the incident at the back with RBR Grobs. Waffler has actually retired from the race, so he is out. RBR Grobs is pitting understandably. Colin still trying to make the move on Tom. Tom's dropped back a little bit from Maestro here. Tom needs to stick with Maestro here if he wants to stay within the DRS range, as Colin is going to try and make a move on Tom if he can. Colin's going to try and go back to the inside. Can't quite do it on that occasion. He will try and draft Tom as much as he can. Again, still no DRS after the safety car restart. Colin will try and make the move if he can. If he gets late enough on the brakes, he wasn't on that occasion, so he couldn't quite make the move. Maestro is falling back into play here, as Tom is within touching distance of him. They will get DRS this time round, as Colin sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix in the process. As meanwhile, that is Mandro getting past Reek Physic just behind. Them few have lost positions. Colin's just dropped off the back of these two here. I'm wondering if he's just made a mistake as we flicked away. As we look back at May, a nice job having a little bit of a scrap at the back. May's going to try and go around a long way around the outside. A nice job, couldn't quite get it done on that occasion. Meanwhile, back at the front, Colin was slowing down a little bit. I wonder if he made a mistake there. He seems to have dropped back massively. I think they were side by side of each other, and there might have been some form of contact there between him and Tom. That might get investigated later on. Meanwhile, Reek Physics trying to get past Mandro. Again, all these boys on fresh tyres. May's falling down the order pretty quickly on them older tyres. Maestro and Tom seem to have got their older tyres working on the restart. As Reet Physic will get DRS on Mandro here. Colin is into the pit lane, so there must have been definitely some form of contact between him and Tom, because they were very close to each other. So that allows Tom to break away. Reet Physics going to try and get past Mandro if he can. DL Branco is also being brought into play with this little battle. To make their way through the S's. A couple of time penalties just being awarded. DL Branco might try and make a move on Reet Physic here, on board with him. So they make their way down into the hairpin. It's a bit touch and go between them. Reet Physic is going to try and go defensive if he can to DL Branco. Branco will try and make a move. Again, just a little bit too far back to make it, but Reet Physic goes defensive as they head to the DRS zone. DL Branco's going to fly around the inside of Reet Physic and pull away for good measure with the extra 50 kilometers an hour you get with DRS. DL Branco moves up to P4. Nice job. He's trying to go to that. That's JB getting past May for 7th place. So JB moves up the order. May still struggling to get them tyres into a operating window, really. Nice job is going after Reet Physic now, after DL Branco dispatched of him just a few moments ago. The field's starting to spread out a little bit now. Could do with a little bit of action just to close it back up again. It's been pretty good so far, racing wise. Colin's got a time penalty for multiple warnings, and also he's got it for corner cutting as well. Meanwhile, May's going to get a little bit of draft on JB here. It's just started to peter out a little bit, the battles now. Lap 14 out of 50. Long way to go in this race. Meanwhile, further down the order, Colin is trying to make a move on Deadly Mosquito. He's got DRS on his side to try and make the move. He's going to go to the inside into turn 1. That's going to get a little bit tight between them. Deadly Mosquito is forced off the road and forced to brake as well. I think that might be one for the stewards room later on. Did Colin go in for a move he shouldn't have done? Potentially yes, but I think the stewards will definitely look at that one, because it did force Deadly Mosquito running out of road. He had to stop, otherwise he was going to go into the side of Colin. So I think Colin might have a bit of a price to pay, but we'll wait and see. Once again, nice job. Still making a move for it if he can. Going to get DRS on Reet Physic here. He's going to pull to the outside. That's not the conventional way round. This could get a little bit interesting to turn 1, and he just gets ahead of Reet Physic, but Reet Physic will try and get him on exit if he can. Reet Physic has to tuck in on that occasion, but this might not be over yet. As Reet Physic will try and get DRS to close that gap again, but he's not going to be able to do it on this occasion. Reet Physic still within DRS range if he wants to try and make the move. As Tom makes his pit stop, which was kind of expecting. He's done 15 laps on them tyres, so he's done insanely well to get that far. As Reet Physic just dropping back a little bit here from Noise. He needs to really try and stay within touching distance if he can. At the minute, he's not quite managing that. Got a yellow in sector 2. I'm not 100% sure what that's for. I think that might be for some debris on the track. It's being cleared now. Reet Physic. He's got DRS on Nice job here. He's closed that gap a little bit more. Is he going to try and make a move down into turn 1? Not quite on this occasion. So we head on to lap 17 out of 50. And the field is very much evenly spread now. This is the closest battle on track at the minute between Nice Job and Reet Physic. Made their way through the middle sector once again. Reet Physic will get DRS once again on Nice Job as he tries to stay with him on board with Reet Physic. Gets DRS, but he's way too far back on this occasion to even think about making a move, let alone pulling it off. As meanwhile, a bit further behind, we've got a bit more of a closer battle forming. JB is trying to get past Maestro. Maestro just pitted for a fresh set of tyres, so he's going to try and extend this stint if he can. Once again, JB's actually made a mistake. He's dropped back from Maestro a little bit here. However, just behind him, Tom is starting to reel him in. And we have a safety car, and Daly is out of the race. He has crashed in the middle sector. There he is, he's in the wall, is Daly. He's had a very high speed crash through the S's. And we have another safety car. Now, what is everybody going to do? This is going to be crucial for most people's race. The guys on a level lap old tyres, do they pit? My feeling is they might have to, especially the guys Nice Job and Reese Physic, who are on the soft compounder tyres, are definitely going to have to pit, no doubt about that. And a few of them will be heading in, and they're all following each other in. So guys, stay tuned and we'll be back for the restart very shortly. Welcome back, guys, to the Global Racing Network. The safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. You just saw there, nice job. Had lost it in the chicane behind the safety car, so he is down the order to P10. As we wait for when Maestro decides to go. We've only got 11 drivers left now. We've lost Colin, we've lost Enzo Pro, we've lost Waffler, and we've lost Daly. And Maestro's gone a lot earlier this time, catching people out. We are green once again here in Jeddah. Mandro gets ahead of DL Branco early on. Rick Physics there as well, and who's that in the wall? I think that might be Ivy Whiffle is in the wall at turn 1 and he is out. He just went straight on there. I'm not sure if he even made the corner, but he is out of the race. That might trigger another safety car, you know. We'll have to wait and see. I think it would have come out by now if it was. We're nearly halfway through the race. And we are still waiting. See who's going to come out on top. Lap 23 out of 50 here in Jeddah. Maestro makes his way down the back straight, still trying to make a move. Ivy Whiffle is definitely out. He's left the session and he's also greyed out on the timing sheets. He is out of the equation. Meanwhile, a little bit of a battle forming behind. Reek Physic is being chased by JB and Tom. May's trying to get involved in as well. I see no DRS this lap or next lap. It's the lap after where DRS will be deployed. Everyone's got penalties to come off at the end of this race. However, JB might try and get the move done before DRS even comes into play. Reek Physics shoves him a little bit wide. JB's still going to try and go on the outside into the chicane. Tom might try and follow him through if he can. Reek Physics still there. They're going to go side by side into the S's. That's a place you don't want to be side by side through. And JB has to seize position for the time being. He's got Tom right up close to him though. You can see Tom all over JB in his mirrors. And JB's into the wall and hits it. That's going to allow Tom to go through, and it might even allow May and also Nice Job to get the move done. Well, May's got through and so has Tom. Nice Job has also got through, and JB is falling down the order. He's got a missing front wing from that impact. So he is down the order. Meanwhile, back at the front, Mandro's trying to get past Maestro as they make their way through the S's. They've got a yellow in sector 2, that is Deadly Mosquito, who's had a little bit of a moment. He's back on his way though. Mandro comes down the front straight. DRS is enabled. Maestro starting to pull away a little bit from Mandro here. Meanwhile, a bit further down the order, Tom's trying to get past Reek Physic. And might try and get the move done down here. Reek Physic is going to have to go defensive as they make their way down into sector 3. Tom will seize position and hold it until he gets DRS for this back section. He's going to try and pull to the outside. Reek Physic goes defensive around the outside. I wouldn't have gone that defensive. Reek Physics sees his position, a nice job, might not be far off here. So Tom goes into the corner in the lead, but Reek Physics is going to get DRS back on him. Down the back straight. And Reek Physics is going to try and go down the inside of Tom. That's going to get a little bit tight. Tom has to, there's a little bit of argy-bargy. Nice job. He's going to try and get alongside. Reek Physics going to try and fight it. Nice job. Sneaks through into 5th place. And Tom is up to 4th. So a little bit of a scrap going on there. Meanwhile, back at the front on board with Maestro, who's trying to get past our race leader, Mandro. As Mandro's trying to go around the outside of Maestro, and they've taken each other out. I don't believe it. Maestro is into the wall, loses the back end. He's got a smash front wing from it. And Maestro is down the order. That is an absolute disaster for him. Virtual safety car deployed because of it. And there's no surprises there, but that might be one that might be investigated after the race. I couldn't really tell. I'm going to have a look at a replay of that, because was anything intentional there? I'm not 100% sure if anything was intentional there. We'll have to have a look back at it. I'm going to go back to the stream replay as Mandro's in the lead now. I'm looking at the incident now. Maestro goes down the inside of Mandro and pulls to the inside, and Mandro just loses the back end on exit. He just slid into Maestro. There was nothing. He tried to save it as best as he can. There was just nothing he could have done about it. The stewards might look at that one for careless driving, but I think there's no real penalty there. I think that's just a racing incident, in my opinion. As we go green once again, DL Branco trying to get past Mandro around the outside, can't quite do it there. He's going to get DRS down the front straight to try and make a move. DRS is open, DL Branco pulls to the outside. Is he going to get the move done into the corner? Mandro's going to try and hang on to it. There's a little bit of argy-bargy between the two of them. He's going to make the way. Mandro's got a time penalty and has to cede position because of it. So DL Branco is into the race lead. Meanwhile, a bit further behind, JB's trying to chase after May, but has dropped off the back of him as soon as we turned. A nice job. He's trying to chase after Tom here on the restart. As nice job. Still trying to close up to Tom here. DRS is open. Nice job. We'll try and close the gap a little bit more. Nice job. Speed receives a penalty for multiple warnings. We're down to 8 cars in this race now. We've lost JB and Reek Physic due to incidents. As meanwhile, RBR Grobs has got past Deadly Mosquito. I didn't see that one coming. So he's moved up the order. Mandro has actually fallen down. I'm not sure what's happened. Oh, Mandro's just pitted, I apologise. That's why he's down the order. So he moves back up to 5th place, just making that move. Nice job. Trying to make a move on Tom, as they made their way through the S's once again. Nice job using all the track as much as possible. Makes his way through, just dropping back a little bit from Tom here. Needs to try and get himself within touching distance. As nice job, does get DRS on Tom, swoops around the outside of him and gets the move done. So nice job, is up into 2nd place. Them hards just don't seem to be. As he moves into position. Nice job. Defending well from Tom here as they make their way through the middle sector. Tom with DRS will try and go to the outside if he can, pulls to the outside. Is he going to be late enough on the brakes? The answer to that is no. He might try and get the switch back and get DRS down the front straight here as we make our way on to lap 32. Tom pulls to the outside and gets the move done with ease. Tom up into 2nd place once again. Nice job. We'll have to follow him for the rest of the lap. It seems like it's going to be a bit of argy-bargy between these two. On board with Nice once again. He makes his way through the middle sector. As he loses a little bit of time in the DRS zone there, doesn't quite get up to speed. Nice job is losing time here to Tom. Tom's starting to pull away a little bit more. Nice job's that far behind. He hasn't even got DRS on him at the minute. But he closes the gap a little bit more. He's going to get DRS down on Tom here. Down the front straight. Is he going to be close enough to make a move and switch back position? Tom goes defensive. Round the outside goes, nice job, and gets the move done. Really good move, and that is Deadly Mosquito off the road in the middle sector. That's why that yellow came out. On board with Tom. Tom's going to try and close the gap once again if he can. At the minute he's a little bit too far back. As Tom gets DRS on, nice job here. He might try and make a move once again. Can't quite do it on that occasion. He'll get DRS again down the front straight. Or maybe he was just wanting on the front straight just so. Nice job. Couldn't immediately try and make a move back at him. He pulls to the outside anyway. Nice job. Doesn't defend it and lets him go fairly easily. So Tom back up into second place. So he head on to lap 34. Of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So we've got a yellow in sector 2. That is Deadly Mosquito again, I think. Yes, it is. He's lost a front wing this time. That might bring out a virtual safety car if he don't get going very quickly. He's got going now, so it won't do anything in fact. Once again, nice job, swaps positions with Tom. Been backwards and forwards of these two with each other lap after lap. Tom gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. But Tom is going to try and close the gap and may try and make the move into the hairpin. He can't quite do it on that occasion. Just not quite close enough. Tom comes through the middle sector. He's going to try and fight back here if he can. Going to try and go around the outside of Nice Job. Can't quite do it there. He might try and be late on the brakes if he can. He can't quite do it there. Really hard to commit into that corner. He'll get DRS down this back straight though, so it's not over and done with yet. Tom pulls to the inside. Nice Job goes defensive to the outside. Lets him go through, but Nice Job will get DRS coming back at him down the front straight. That's always the caveat of making a move like that. And Nice Job is going to fly back past Tom into second place and retake that position. Like I say, it's been back and forth between these two for the last couple of laps. As meanwhile, Tom is going to try and make a move, not quite close enough on that occasion. Well, these two are going to be swapping positions like yo-yos if they're not careful. Lap after lap, Tom still trying to make the move. He might get the run here. He's all over Nice Job's rear bumper as he's going to try and go once again. Nice Job goes defensive to the outside. Tom's going to have to go the long way around. Nice Job defends it well. He's got to go even more defensive down the front straight to hold on to position. Tom will try and go make the move around the outside and gets the move done. So Tom up into second place. Nice Job didn't let him go through like he did on the previous straight. As we head on to another lap. Tom still leading the way. Meanwhile, Tom is starting to pull that gap open now. The gap is getting wider and wider between the two of them. Nice Job's going to try and close it down as much as he can with DRS and does so very well. So this battle might not be over yet as they head onto the front straight. Nice Job gets DRS on Tom here. Tom's going to go super defensive as much as he can. Nice Job will be late on the brakes and gets the move done back up into second place. I mean, what was I saying a couple of laps ago of them maybe swapping round like yo-yos? We'll have to wait and see how this plans out. Lap 38 out of 50 in this race. And Nice Job still going super defensive. Tom's got DRS coming down the back straight. Can't quite make a move on that occasion. Tom goes to the outside. Nice job. Goes defensive. Tom's going to try and go all the way round, but nice job will get DRS back on him, coming down the front straight. With all this battling, this is bringing Mandro back into play very easily. Nice job with DRS, gets the move done on Tom before the corner once again. Like I say, he's bringing Mandro into play here. Gaps down to just over 3.5 seconds. It was up in the 4.5 to 5 seconds a few laps ago. Tom still trying to stay with him. As Tom has DRS down the back straight, gets past. Nice job again, and nice job hits the wall on exit. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. This is bringing Mandro into play. It's a nice job. Will DRS just to try and get back within touching distance of Tom, but Mandro is not far behind these boys now. This could get very tasty coming towards the end of the race. Lap 40 out of 50. Here in Saudi Arabia. Nice job is still going quickly. That was a nice job, has a bad exit. This is going to leave him vulnerable to Mandro, who's going to go to the outside, into the corner, and they've both spun on the exit of the chicane. Nice job, and Mandro have looped it round. That's going to hand the positions to Maestro, surely, or not quite. Maestro is going to be behind Mandro now. As they get back up to speed, Maestro, you'd think he's going to get the move done sooner rather than later. They were side by side through that corner. You could kind of see something was going to happen. It was just going to be a case of what. Maestro's got DRS on Mandro, goes to the outside. Mandro goes defensive. Maestro round the outside, swoops around the outside, gets the move done on lap 41. So just that mistake from them two battling away brought Maestro into play, and Maestro is up into third place. However, he's got some defending to do from Mandro once again. Mandro's going to go to the outside. Maestro's going to try to stay with him if he can. That's going to get a bit tight into the chicane. Maestro has to give him room, and Mandro's back up into P3. Great bit of racing this evening for such a long race. Plenty of battles out on track. There's always been a battle to watch at all points during the race, which is really good to see. And my voice is going. I'm not used to talking for a full race distance. I'm not used to talking for about half of this. Everyone seems to be about managing at the minute. As Maestro's going to get DRS on Mandro here once again. Is Maestro far enough forward? The answer to that is no. He has to give way. As Maestro's going to try and make a move on Mandro once again. Again, too far back on this occasion to make the move. So Mandro remains in position. Maestro tries and closes the gap more and more. It's closest battle on track at the minute. As Mandro goes to the inside of Maestro, and Mandro gets the move done. Maestro did get ahead, but Maestro could not hang on for much longer. Maestro still remains P4, like 44 out of 50. Time is running out if he's going to be able to do it. You've got to think it's going to be now or never. As meanwhile Maestro spins going into the first chicane. He was trying to make a move on Mandro there and he's lost out big time, but Mandro's going slowly as well. Was Mandro at fault there for that incident? He's let Maestro go through. That is very interesting. That is very interesting to say the least. Did Mandro have something to play with there? If I was having a guess, I would like to say yes. So Mandro is given a position back, which is unsurprising, really. Mandro trying to make a move on Maestro once again. After giving the position back, he's going to go to the inside. That was almost going to be contact, I thought, for a second between the two of them. They just about keep each other out of the walls, but Mandro's going to go for a move if he can round the outside of Maestro. And again, just can't quite get it done as we go on to lap 46. Out of 50. Mandro weaving, going defensive. Maestro's going to go to the outside of him. I think Mandro's going to have to see position there. He is indeed going to have to tuck in on board with Mandro, who's going to try and get a better exit and pull alongside Maestro if he can. He can't quite do it there, so has to tuck in on that occasion. Maestro goes a little bit deep. Mandro gets a bit of a tank slapper and loses a bit of time because of it. So Mandro has to see position. Nice job, is a bit too far back to make a move. Mandro has dropped off from Maestro pretty big here after making that mistake. The gap is growing between the lot of them. And Mandro has dropped off the field, so might as well go back to this man at the front, Dale Branco, who has driven a pretty spotless race to say the least. He heads round on lap 47 out of 50. So it's been a good race from him. To make the way, Dale Branco on to lap 48. I'm riding on board with him through the S's, going really smoothly on their medium tyres. And it seems like it's going to be a pretty good day for him. Like I say, he's won a couple of races this season. It seems like he's going to take the double points and win this one from starting very near the back of the grid. on this occasion. Del Branco crosses the line to go on to the penultimate lap of the race. As Del Branco rounds the final corner, he's about to start the final lap of this very long 50 lap race. I bet they're absolutely knackered. My voice is finished off after this one, hence why I haven't been talking so much in these last couple of laps. Well, it seems like Del Branco is going to take another win this season away from Tom and Mandro, and going to get double points for it to be rewarded as he makes his way down towards the hairpin once again for the final time. As he makes his way through the final DRS zone, and like I say, pretty spotless race from him, driven from the back to the front, quick as he can, made his opportunities count when the safety cars came out, and he's going to get the big reward for it, double points in the championship. The checkered flag is out. Del Branco wins the GRL Italian Grand Prix. Just a little bit of a burnout across the line. Tom comes home in second place. Maestro is going to come home for third place. Mandro will come home for fourth eventually when he gets there. He's just coming around the final corner now. Mandro comes home for fourth place. Nice Job comes home for fifth place. Mail come home for sixth. RBR Grobs come home for seventh. And Deadly Mosquito will come home for P8. Well, what a race that was, guys. Very interesting. I've never commentated on 100% race distance before, so that was a new experience for me. And a new experience for a lot of these drivers on this grid. That is the end of the Global Racing League Season 2. We'll be back in a few weeks for Season 3. Plenty of other action in the next couple of weeks on the Global Racing Network. We've got the Pro Am Formula Racing League on Thursday next week, as always, and also on the Friday. We've still got the Top Speed Racing League to look forward to over the weekend. DL Branco gets driver of the day. Pretty well deserved that. Guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.